Warning: the following video contains blood, scares at every turn, haunted house spoilers, and bad camera angles in the dark. Viewer discretion is advised. Happy Halloween, everyone! You knew it was coming. We're finally back at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg for Howl-o-Scream for the year. It's running until October 31st this year, as expected. There are 5 houses this year, 3 of which are new, and also 5 Terror-tories. We're going to take you through all of them, and by all of them, I mean the houses too. Busch Gardens is a rare place that actually allows you to record the haunted houses, so we're going to go through with the camera, record some sites. We're actually going to record them in their entirety, but we're only going to post clips because we don't want to spoil the fun for you. However, if you want to see the whole thing, let us know. We might be able to post a video or two of some of the houses. So let's go and see how their offerings are this year. Before we really get started, let's take a good look at the Howl-o-Scream 2022 map. We won't be visiting the areas of the park in any kind of specific order because that just wouldn't be us to do it that way, but we'll look at this map in a good order. When you first enter the park, you'll be at the scare zone Ripper Row, which also includes Monster Stomp on Ripper Row in the Globe Theater. From there, if you go around clockwise, you'll come to one of the new houses for the year, Inferno, inside of the Escape from Pompeii building, which is now closed for the year. Continuing past Inferno, you come to one of the new scare zones, Gorgon Gardens. And then just south of that, near Pantheon and Apollo's Chariot, is Water Bayou. Past the Gorgon Gardens is where the Skeletons perform on stage. When you cross the bridge into Germany, you come up onto the Festhaus, which has Phantoms of the Festhaus shows inside of it daily. Also near here is Nevermore Chapter 2 and Witch of the Woods, 2 more haunted houses. Nevermore Chapter 2 is brand new for this year. Passing the Festhaus is something very interesting. As you can see here, Busch Gardens is officially announcing DarKoaster inside of the old Curse of Dark Castle building. We knew it was coming, but this is the first I've seen that they have actually put a logo to the rumor. So now it's official, and we'll be looking a little more into that later on in the video. Getting further into Germany, out of Oktoberfest and into Germany, you come to the scare zone Scary Tale Road. Over in the New France area of the park, you come to Meat Market, which is a scare zone that's been around for a little bit. And then if you continue around into France Classic, as I like to call it, which I've actually never called it that, but I'm calling it that now, you come to Dead Ahead, which is another new scare zone. And then as you move around to Ireland, you come to the KILLarney Diner, which is another classic haunted house. Also in Ireland is the Jack is Back, what they describe as a dance party. I've never personally seen it, so I'm not sure exactly what it is, but they label it as a dance party. And that takes you back around to Scotland and England again, so that's a full lap around the map. We're going to try to check out as much of this as we can in the time that we have at the park. Something else important to note, we arrived at the park around 5 o'clock-ish, and it was packed there today. When we went through the toll plaza, they gave out these papers to let you know that they're parking all the cars in the Scotland and Bavaria parking lots. These 2 particular lots are across the street, as it says. You actually have to follow the roadway around the parking lots that are closest to the park, and then go out onto a public street, cross the road, and then go into another parking lot. And so it's a bit of a drive. They do have trams that will take you to the park from there, but the Bavaria and Scotland parking lots don't seem to be very well maintained. It's almost like a free-for-all over there, so it's best if you're coming on the weekends to make sure you get here pretty early and try to avoid having to go to these lots, because it's not fun to park over there, as we learned today. You can try to get the preferred parking. It's kind of expensive, especially if you don't have a season pass or a membership, and they do sell out, which they sold out today, so we were forced to park over in these other lots, even if we had wanted to get the preferred parking. Just be warned, it can get very crowded, and the parking lots can also get very crowded. Through the gate, you're presented with the opportunity to choose your fate. Spin the wheel, 1, 2, or 3, with our game show hosts. And whatever the wheel spin lands on, 3 doors. What's behind door number 1, 2, or 3? As you enter the England area of the park, the fog is in full force right now. Going under this wooden archway. Welcome to Ripper Row, one of the classic scare zones of the area that they've been doing for years here. And the Globe Theater is one of the Howl-o-Scream exclusive shows, Monster Stomp on Ripper Row. They've been doing this show for a while. It's inside, so we won't be able to record it, but this is the exterior of the building.
Olivia, look, this one's for you.
Maybe her. Or maybe you.
Not me. Huge line of people waiting to get food today.
Oh, I see.
There are signs all around beneath the clock tower warning of the presence of Jack the Ripper. All of the flags have also been transformed into bloody sheets. Looks like a plague has been spotted near the heraldry shop. There's the culprit. Bar leaving England is now the back alley bar, and it's all lit blue. This is also part of the scare zone. The Emporium at the front of the park has added some new Howl-o-Scream and Halloween themed merchandise. A couple of Howl-o-Scream shirts, glassware, zombie shirt, another Howl-o-Scream shirt. This is the one that caught my eye. Howl-o-Scream with all of the various houses on it, all 5 of them. Howl-o-Scream logo shirt. Couple more. Some Howl-o-Scream koozies. Other themed items. A hoodie. Howl-o-Scream logo t-shirt. Like Hershey Park, they have their own No Boo necklace. Same price, $15. This one is an orange cat to go along with this Scaredy Cat shirt down here. Here's the back of the Howl-o-Scream logo shirt with the house list on it. A Ouija shirt. A shirt for the moms watching. And then some purple items and candy corn themed items for kids. Orange and green pumpkins. I love the Creep It Real. Orange tie-dye shirts. A skull-covered jacket of Jen's modeling Howl-o-Scream on the back. Some mugs. A light up candy corn necklace. Interesting choice of color scheme for that candy corn. Tote bags. And finally a few more mugs. A candy corn and jack-o'-lantern hoodie. And here's the back side of the other Howl-o-Scream hoodie that they have here. Paint covered skull. So we finally had a chance to get out here and get some of the Howl-o-Scream pins that they have this year. Most importantly, we got a couple of the packages of the blind bags that look like the tubs of ice cream. The back of them, interestingly enough, makes it look like a list of ingredients, so that's a nice cosmetic touch to the package. But I wanted to open them live and see what we get. Oh, they come just wide open on a piece of cardboard. I figured they'd be in black baggies or something in there, but here they are. We got the doll parts crunch and the eyes scream in the first bag. The second bag of pins has Death by Chocolate and Doll Parts Crunch. So in 2 bags we did get 1 duplicate, unfortunately, but we have 3 of the 6 pins, so that's not too bad. Heading into Scotland, there's some decorations in the air for anyone who bothers to look up. They have a directory here at the entrance to Scotland that not only points you to the correct direction, but it also tells you exactly which country it's located in. Water Bayou and the Gorgon Gardens are new this year, so I'm excited to see both of those. So we arrived at the Inferno house that's right inside of the Escape from Pompeii building, if you can see through the fog in the distance. Let's hope this house is as cool as this facade that they have up here. I love that they took the time to put something big and impressive out in front of this house.
Diner.
Here we are in the brand new Gorgon Gardens scare zone.
What's happening?
Right past Gorgon Gardens, they popped up a Stone Cold Spirits, which serves several different beers. And there's a very long line of people waiting to get in here. Strung all along the walkway in Festa Italia are Halloween-themed garlands, I guess you would call them. Area for the Italian wine tastings, they're also offering a cemetery cider and a soulless sangria. And they still offer their wine tasting while this is going on. Next to the wine tastings, this has become the Casa dei Morti, and they have Halloween-themed items in here too. It's pretty much the same things that we saw in the Emporium. But the theming up at the top has gotten more gothic. Skeletones have two shows today. It looks like we already missed the first one at 6, but there'll be one later at 8. Take a look at the stage over here. A nice big painted skull right dead center. No pun intended. Okay, maybe a little bit pun intended. As usual, Busch Gardens has changed the signage over the archway on the bridge. This one is now Howl-o-Scream, showing what's available. The area around the Festhaus is very busy, both in terms of people and in terms of things to do. Inside the Festhaus, they periodically are doing a show known as Phantoms of the Festhaus. Hopefully we'll have the opportunity to catch a show of that in a little bit. They also, to the left of the Festhaus, have the entrance to the Nevermore Chapter 2 house. And to the right is the entrance to Witch of the Woods, which I believe is an outdoor house, so it may not have opened yet because it's still pretty light out.
Selected his favorite musical artists to compete in an epic singing competition. At the end of the singing battle, he invites you, his Festhaus guests, by your applause to determine our winner. On the next stroke of lightning, we will all be transported exactly 100 years into the future, where the top 5 phantoms of the Festhaus will compete to be crowned this season's Great American Ghoul.
Final phantoms, each more frightening than the last. We'll go head to head, with no bloodshed, to determine one winner. Who's the contender? Who is the protector? And which of these freaks is gonna rule? The monstrous ball that I like to call a great American Ghoul. I wanna see you all up your block. I wanna see you all up your block. Show you find me here, shout it, hey oh, hey oh, 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 oh.
Tis a gala night, ending among some latter years, an angel call, viewing bedight in veils of crown and tears.
Where are you going?
Have all of you for dinner. It would be delightful for us all.
Say hello! Here for dinner.
They turned the gift shop near the Festhaus in Germany into a Halloween shop. There's a rack of Howl-o-Scream earrings for $18. Pendants for $20 to $25. This whole rack of fun Halloween knickknacks. Nothing over here specifically says Howl-o-Scream, but if you're into decorating for the holiday, they have a lot to choose from. And how can we forget what I assume to be Edgar Allan Poe at the desk? Goes along well with the Nevermore house that's here this year. Nevermore Chapter 2. Complete with a couple of ravens. A couple of signs that you can put in your house. I assume these are for sale. It's mostly a lot of Halloween knickknacks, but they're fun. Spooky mirror. And with Jen in the spooky mirror. And some Halloween themed squishy characters. They also have a wide selection of KILLarney Diner merchandise. You can tell it's the most popular thing here. Back side of the shirt has all kinds of delicious looking dishes that you can get at the diner. KILLarney Diner mug. There are a handful of other souvenirs in here as well, but most of them are things that you can also find at the Emporium that we've already looked at. As you saw at the beginning of the video, the map now officially lists DarKoaster on their opening next year. It'll be in this building where the Cursed Dark Castle used to be. I was hoping, now that they've made it official, we'd see something on the outside announcing the opening of it, but it looks like the castle is just still the castle for now. The only thing special is they put these tents out here, which might be the reason why there's no signage anywhere. These tents aren't even open yet. I'm assuming they'll either sell alcohol or souvenirs, most likely alcohol, knowing Busch Gardens. So now that they've made DarKoaster official, there's ads for it all around the park. They subtitled it Escape the Storm. It's supposed to be a launching straddle coaster. You'll be straddling vehicles like these that are supposed to be representative of snowmobiles. And the story should be continuing the story of Curse of Dark Castle, which was a sort of ghost werewolf kind of story. So we'll see where the story goes with this ride as well. The clock building has an impressive red light show on it, leading us into the next scare zone of the night. It begins directly across from the building. Scary Tail Road. One of the things that's hard to notice at nighttime because of the lighting in the area is this casket for Snow White, who apparently never found her Prince Charming. The area is covered in apples growing all around it, and you can see the broken tomb ending the ending of white over here. It's a nice touch and easy to miss at nighttime.
Nice to see you.
How tall are you? 7 foot?
I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow the house down. Well, pig who made his house out of straw has had some bad luck recently. So he put her in a pumpkin shell. I love the storylines they have living around. Along came a spider who sat down beside her. I chiefly use my charm on creatures that do people harm. Straw into gold, straw into gold. Here's a look at the facade from the other direction. Not the most original concept, but it was well executed. A few Halloween knickknacks to the shop in Germany. Mostly breakable things. Well, this doesn't look very promising at the meat market. Nice to meet you. It's nice to see they still have time for puns at the meat market. Premium cuts. Premium cuts of what? Well, I don't think I'll go into that. What? Finger food. We entered the meat market from the wrong side because here's the actual sign announcing it on the other direction. Right in the heart of the meat market in front of Trapper Smokehouse, this little barbecue place has become Pete's Provisions for Howl-o-Scream. They're offering St. Louis style barbecue ribs, turkey legs, grilled corn, and you can get a meat teeny which has vodka and cranberry lime in it. Zombeats, an outdoor drum show, has 5 showings. This one actually will happen in the daytime for a couple of showings. They perform right over here in the background of these wooden crates and barrels.
Clean up some biohazard material spill over by that new roller coaster Pantheon, and well, didn't work out so well.
Yeah, that biohazard ooze kind of turned us all into zombies. I'm gonna get you.
Wait. Do you guys think that the ooze is the reason it took 3 years for that ride to open? Oh, could be. Yeah. Either way, didn't work out for us.
Anybody interested in purchasing a gently used guillotine? Well, now we know what that guillotine was used for. If you want to drink in the front area, they have full cider and Nightcap sangria, as well as wine tasting, just like over there. cake with knives all in it, and more than just knives in there. Yummy. They made a mess cutting it. Cake also serves as the sign for the area, the Dead Ahead scare zone, in reference to the guillotine and the headless character that we saw further down the way. Something you can't see walking through the scare zone at night very well are the random heads and other body parts that are in the bushes over here now. Not a scare zone exactly, but walking down past the wolves, there's a scarecrow and some corn, and probably some other things as we advance down here. The music itself sure is spooky. From orange to green, now the scarecrows are green, but there's still no real human scare actors anywhere. Not quite as big and exciting as the Inferno sign out in front of that house, but here's the KILLarney Diner, house number 4. Nice neon sign announcing it. Current wait time is 90 minutes, which is no surprise given the crowd here tonight. Exiting the KILLarney Diner house, we are unsurprisingly in Ireland. They have a show themed to Jack, the mascot of Howl-o-Scream here, and of course in true Jack fashion, everything is lit up as jack-o'-lanterns, including that big pumpkin in the distance. It occasionally will have a jack-o'-lantern face projected on it. Above us, a whole bunch of jack-o'-lanterns, and in the distance, another projection of a jack-o'-lantern on top of the archway to the bridge. Jack is out here for meet and greets with people that come to step up to him, and behind him, the gourd won an award. The jack-o'-lanterns continue across the bridge, leaving Ireland too. Here's the new poster they put up for Jack is Back. As you hear the screams of the riders of Finnegan's Flyer in the distance. And then beyond that is the actual legend of Jack that they put up every year. The drink area near Castle O'Sullivan has become Jack's Nightcap Bar. It's referred to as a bar, but they don't actually sell any alcohol. They have your typical non-alcoholic beverages, turkey leg, popcorn, kettle corn, pretzel, and churro. So essentially the same stuff that they have year-round, but they just changed the name. Near Tempesto, there's a cool statue of an elephant wearing a witch doctor's hat, has a snake with him, covered in skulls. I love the flowers that they have at the bottom. Some of the flowers even have skulls in the center of them as well. This is foreshadowing the Bayou haunted house that's around the corner, so it's a nice touch that they added this here. Fun little wreath hiding on a light pole over in Italy with a couple of skulls on it. And then as we head closer to the house, a skeleton, probably Zydeco band. Love the theming on the way to the house. And here we are finally at the entrance to the Water Bayou. Kind of a lackluster sign for a brand new house, considering the other ones were so nice, but maybe the house will be better than the signage for it. Here's a look at the Drained Rapids ride, which didn't run all season. Let's hope they open it next year, but the haunted house is back here in this area. There are a handful of Howl-o-Scream exclusive treats available around the park. This is one of them, the Scary Cone, which you can get over at the Roman Frieze in Italy near Apollo's Chariot. This is your choice of either chocolate or vanilla soft serve in a chocolate dipped waffle cone with gummy worms, cookie crumbles, whipped cream, and a white chocolate sauce which actually comes out orange. It looks very sweet, but doesn't look too bad. I'll give it a try and let you know. So when you get down to just ice cream in a cone, it's not too bad. With everything else on there, it's a little bit messy. I have to tell you, one of the reasons that I never film myself eating on camera is because I'm a sloppy eater anyway, and this was a very, very sloppy bit of ice cream. As you can see, I got a little bit of the white chocolate on my shorts. So yeah, you have to definitely be careful with this. Eat over a table or with napkins. But for the $8.99 that it costs, you get kind of a lot. It's not a terrible value if you like things that are really sweet. The gummy worm flavor kind of clashed with all the chocolate on there, but otherwise it wasn't bad at all. It's just a little bit on the pricey side. So there you have it for 2022 Howl-o-Scream. Sorry, there you have it for 2022 Howl-o-Scream. Hope you enjoyed. We had the opportunity to go through each of the 5 houses 2 times, and that helped us get a fair opinion of each one. It seemed like the second time there were more scare actors working in most of them, so it made them a little bit better. Jen and I both agreed on our top 5. We felt that the best house of the night was KILLarney Diner. That one had that awesome scene where you actually go into the diner and then you go outside and you see the diner from the opposite side and you walk through a bunch of little shops in the area. I thought that was a nice touch, and it was fun to see how they pulled that off. The car effect in the house was also a really neat trick that they did, and I intentionally left that out of this little preview video here because I don't want to spoil the surprise for you if you've never been through it, but I can see why this is one of the ones that made the cut to stick around for another year. The house that we thought was second best was Nevermore Chapter 2. Unfortunately, we've never seen Nevermore Chapter 1, so we can't get a fair assessment of the storyline. But what we saw here without factoring in Chapter 1 was really impressive. They had great scares, great costumes, really impressive hiding places. And it made me jump on more than one occasion. And even before you even walked into the house and after leaving the house, there were still scares to be had, which was amazing. Number 3 we both thought was Inferno, another one of the newer houses, and it's very impressive with its use of color, its hiding places for its scare actors. It started off kind of slow, taking you through a long hallway with not much going for it, but once you got into the meat of the house, the rooms were well done. They had nice props, nice hiding places for the scare actors, and there was even a surprise scare right at the end. Number 4 we thought was Water Bayou. That one was pretty impressive. It was a neat feature of going indoors and then outdoors and then indoors again. The alternating was unique. I've never seen anything like that in a house. I don't recall. So I like how they were able to pull that off, and I hope to see that again in a future house. The only knock against it, it's not really the house's fault itself, but some Cedar Fair parks have done bayou-based houses, and we thought that they were just better than this one with its overall storyline, so that's the only reason we knocked it down a peg. Last but not least, Witch of the Woods is our number 5. It is entirely outdoors, so it can sometimes not be open because of rain, and we just felt that the scare actors didn't have sufficient enough places to hide because of the outdoor nature of it. It wasn't as thrilling as some of the other houses. It didn't really build up the suspense that the other houses managed to build up. So that's the only reason we moved it down to number 5. We didn't really rank the scare zones in our minds, but you can have a look through this video and see what you think of them yourself. Also, keep in mind that you can buy quick queues for these houses just like you can buy for the rides here. The quick queue varies in price depending on expected crowd level, so it can cost a fair bit, but if you can afford it, it's worth it because there's only 5 houses, so you're pretty much guaranteed to get to do everything. So if you enjoyed seeing everything that Howl-o-Scream 2022 has to offer, we would appreciate it if you would like the video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss other videos. If you've been this year, or if you've been in previous years, feel free to leave a comment about how this year stacks up, in your opinion, to previous years. We thought it was very impressive. Was it Halloween Horror Nights level good? No, but it was definitely on a par with the other major chain parks in the area, so I really have no complaints, and I'm looking forward to coming back again next year. Thanks for watching, but the fun's not over yet. Click the box in front of my face for another fun video, or click my tree to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss another video.